TechSabado is brought to you by MSI, the leading brand in high-end gaming. The music source, make your online streaming look and sound professional. Get your Mackie Pro audio gear from the music source. XSplit Broadcaster, a professional live streaming software. And Smart Communications, the Philippines' leading wireless services provider. Check the links on the description to avail our sponsors' products and services.
Nag-ano ka?
Ako yun.
Teka.
Masabit na naman ako ah.
Teka.
Masabit na naman.
Alright, good evening
Na si Jing.
mga kaibigan.
Sabado.
Good evening po sa inyo lahat. Medyo, medyo konting glitch kasi nag-experiment ako sa bagong lugar dito sa aming bahay. Anyway, good evening po sa inyong lahat. Welcome na naman sa isang edisyon ng TechSabado. Jing Garcia po ng TechSabado.com and of course, The Manila Times. TechSabado is a weekly tech show streaming online via Facebook Live and of course on our YouTube channel, TechSabado. 7th year na po namin and of course, wala naman tayo ibang kasama dito sa TechSabado every Saturday for that entire 7th season from Radyo 5 to our digital pivot sa Facebook and YouTube Live in 2020. Ang kasama natin dito syempre every week walang iba kundi si Atty. Nandiyan ka ba?
Ayun.
Yun.
Melvin Calimag po ng newsbikes.ph. Pasensya na po kayo mga ka-Tech Sabado dahil parang nagkakaproblema na naman ako sa
Ano ba
connection ko
nangyayari
na
dyan sa lugar ninyo?
Kaya nga nasa 8 ano lang yung ano ko yung speed ko
8
8
Mbps?
Mbps. Oo, 8 Mbps lang So,
I-mention
I'm
mo ba
trying
kung yan? Sino bumabato sila?
PLDT to
Marinig nila yan. 8
fiber.
Mbps lang. Anyway, nagtatawanan namin
Oo.
yung 8 Mbps pero alam nyo po dito sa TechSabado tuwing Saturday, no? Every Saturday po, pwede nyo pong i-post ang inyong ang inyong internet speed sa ating comment section sa YouTube saka sa Facebook para po malaman natin kung tama po o mali o mabagal ang binabato sa inyong internet speed ng inyong mga internet service providers or tinatawag na ISPs. And of course, network agnostic po tayo pagdating dito sa internet speed. Kaya smart man yan, PLDT, Globe, Converge, Planet, Streamtech, yung mga nasa probinsya po nakikinig sa atin sa malayong lugar, naka mga cable TV, nagpo-provide din po ng internet sa kanila kasabay ng kanilang cable television habang nanonood. I'm sure meron pong nakasamang internet yan. Kwento nyo po sa amin kung ano po ang nakukuha nyong internet speed sa mga lugar ninyo. Lalo na, ito, padating na ang Starlink. Yan po. So, yung kung sino man nakakinig sa atin na, I think by the end of the month, kung meron po kagad nakasubscribe sa Starlink ni Elon Musk, ng SpaceX, share nyo po agad sa atin ang internet speed. Hindi na pala internet speed, yung ginastos ninyo sa pagkuha ng Starlink kasi alam namin na hindi po ito mura yung initial payment para po dito sa low Earth orbiting satellite system na magpo-provide ng broadband internet soon sa mga malalayong lugar sa Pilipinas. Tama ba, Attorney? Hindi mura?
Oo, alam ko nasa 30,000 yung kit,
Wow.
yung dish. Yung dish
Setup,
nila
no?
parang
Ayun. Kailangan mo yata mag-Starlink.
dish na bilog nakita ang monthly naman nila is 5,500.
That's around $100, di ba? Mga around $100. Yung initial cash out yata yung magiging problema ng marami. No?
Yung 30,000.
Initial cash out. Malaki-laki yun, ha? Hindi yung biro. That's almost about $600. Hindi po biro yun kahit sa US. Malaking bagay po ang $600.
Correct ka dyan. So, well, anyway, ini-improve naman din ng ibang mga telco yung mga ano nila, mga
Services nila, no?
services nila like Converge. Kagabi nga nandun ako sa launch ng Jupiter Cable Systems ng
PLDT.
PLDT. This is the sabi ng PLDT, it will add a 6 terabyte capacity
Wow.
sa this is the fastest and apparently the biggest
Undersea cable ba to?
yes, undersea
Saan ang
cable
cable
dyan.
landing yan? Saan ang cable
Sa
landing?
Daet, Camarines Norte.
Oh. Tapos ang magagaling from where? Yung dulo ng cable? US ba? O...
Japan. Pero sa beach sa California.
Wow. Layo rin.
6 billion ang total investment so consortium.
Talaga?
That's how big the investment made by made by PLDT.
Yun. Palakpakan po natin ang PLDT again para talaga. Laki na. Hindi biro yun, ha? Kailangan talaga, no? Kailangan din talaga.
Isa pang sinabi ni Alpanilio doon last night because sabi niya, unlike Korea or Japan or China na yung content nila is local. Sa atin kasi sabi nila, most of our content is coming from the US. Kaya kailangan talaga meron tayong direct sa kanila.
Oo. Kasi may latency talaga, no? Yun nga yung parang complain na para daw mapabilis ang internet dapat local daw ang content. Kasi konti rin kasi ng local content unless yan yung mga TikTok, kaso yung mga TikTok na local content galing din sa abroad yung server yata or something.
At saka alam mo naman tayo mga Pilipino, kultura natin di ba? US centric ang natin.
Yes,
ang
hindi na po maalis
natin,
hindi na maalis yun sa atin dahil bumungad sa atin kasi nung even the mid-90s or early 90s when the internet came in the Philippines. Syempre puro US websites po ang mga tinitingnan natin. So until now, yung pa rin ang yung pa rin ang nakikita natin. US basta English English speaking websites o English content. American English o British English pero ganun po talaga. Foreign ang ating content. Hindi naman sinasabing konting-konti pero meron din mga Filipino content pero compared po sa mga foreign content sa pinupuntahan ng mga Filipino, especially Pornhub. Di ba?
Hindi ko alam kung sa akin yung may problema pero parang nag-freeze si Jing so hindi ko siya marinig kung ano sinasabi niya.
Ganun ba?
Ewan ko, paano? Mahina internet din sa akin. Hindi yung kay Jing. Okay. Bakit kaya?
Pagtsagaan na lang natin. Kamusta naman mobile dyan sa wireless mo kung hindi ka naka-wireless ka ba o ka? Fixed broadband ka?
Naka fiber broadband ako ng PLDT. Ang problema, hindi ako pwedeng mag-mobile kasi walang signal dito ang Smart at Globe.
Yun pala yung issue mo ever since yung wireless.
Hindi ko alam sa sa village namin cell sites kaya until na wala kaming signal
Ganun ba? May issue ba yan sa HOA ninyo yung mga cell sites?
Kasi nga they have this mistaken notion na ayaw na may katabi silang cell site mga gano'n, di ba?
Pero gustong-gusto nila yung
malakas ang internet nila.
Ayun sabi ni Winthrop Melvin, ikaw daw yung choppy. Ikaw nga yung choppy. Sabi mo kay Sophie, magbitawan muna yung ML.
Malaka, ayaw nila ng ang laka.
Sabi mo muna kay Sophie, bitawan yung ML.
Sophie, wag ka muna yung Sophie, yung anak ko. Wag ka muna mag-internet kasi kinakain mo yung bandwidth ko eh. Sa baba ka muna.
Baka si Sophie may ginawang trick sa router mo na siya ang priority.
Oo nga eh. Wala, nagkakaproblema ako eh. Ayun, bumaba muna siya, yun.
Natutunan niya sa YouTube.
Oo nga. Ayun. Saan na ba tayo, Jing?
Yan, yung sa yung problema sa HOA ninyo na ayaw pa rin magpatayo ng cell site sa tabi ng Basang Village ninyo. Ayun. Ayan po yan yung natin nagiging problema natin sa internet po na dito sa Pilipinas na ayun na nga kahit naka-fixed broadband na si attorney parang gapang pa rin yung dating sa kanya and to think nasa po ako nasa Tagaytay area ako tapos si Ira nasa Makati and si attorney po nasa Pasig. Medyo malalayo yung mga lugar namin. Anyway, ayan po may mga plano na rin kami na gawin namin live sa studio yung mga yung mga setup namin. So titingnan natin kung magiging viable na po ito yung mga coming days na merong tayong mga gagamitin na studio. Try natin kung pwede itong mangyari sa TechSabado ngayon, pati mga guests natin live na rin natin. Hopefully dahil since nag-open up na rin naman ng Metro Manila and despite yung numbers ng COVID Attorney, alam mo ba si nag-positive si Tito Tribs? Nag-uusapan namin nung Tuesday nag-positive siya. Dito rin sa area namin medyo tumaas din. Medyo positive, may mga nagpa-positive na ng mga tao. And hopefully itong Omicron pa rin Omicron. So hopefully in the coming days bumaba ulit ito. Pero yun na nga parati namin paalala dito sa TechSabado sa Today is Tuesday. Yung wear a mask, stay home, di ba? Pa-vaccine. Napaka-importante po na may vaccine. Tapos kung may booster kayo na just sa vaccine nyo after 6 months, pwede na po kayo magpa-booster. Gawin nyo na po. Kasi yung may mga kakilala ko nag-positive, hindi po tumagal yung positive nila. After 3-4 days, negative na kagad ulit sila. Ganun lang po. Kasi po vaccinated sila. Yun. Nahawa, pero hindi po grumabe yung sitwasyon nila. May panlaban, kumbaga. Nakaramdam ng konting ubo. Siyempre, pag magandang panahon, hindi natin, hindi natin iindahin kagad na babaliwalain yung mga ganung mga sintomas. To test kagad. Pinapatest kagad namin. Kaya may kamag-anak na sinipon, tapos bilang ubo, tapos nilagnat, wag nyo na pong kagad, wag nyo na pong isipin, bakit ng kaso lang yan? Dahil uso ng kasong uso sipon yan. Wag po, test kagad. Yan ang mura na rin po ang testing ngayon mura na po yung mga antigen ngayon. Accurate naman kahit pa paano antigen. Gawin nyo kagad kasi hindi natin alam kung positive nga, pwedeng tapos mabilis kumalat itong virus na to, itong variant ng virus na to, buong pamilya kagad ninyo mahahawaan. So might as well take that precaution. Tapos yung pa rin, sundan pa rin natin kahit na hindi na masyadong maingay yung gobyerno about this, sundan pa rin natin kahit yung minimum health protocols na social distancing, physical distancing, mask, wear kayo ng mask. Tapos yun na nga, pag available po yung vaccine sa area ninyo, kunin nyo po pati yung booster. Yan. Kasi yun na nga yung alam mo attorney yung COVID nagiging parang normal na sa atin. Para na siya nagiging we have to live with it na. Yun na nga sasabi nila, we have to live with it, with the virus na. Nung una kasi nung especially in 2020, nung mga March 2020, nung pumasok ito, even nung mga January, February, nung pumasok itong 2020, we didn't know what we're facing nung mga time na yun. Kaya medyo talagang nag-strict ang mga gobyerno around the world. Nagkaroon ng mga major lockdowns, total lockdown po. Naramdaman naman natin for ilang months. Kasi nga hindi natin alam kung ano yung kalaban natin eh. Pero eventually na nga, after a year or two, natuto na tayo kung ano ito. Kung kinakalaban natin na ito, hinaharap natin na ito. Tapos ito nga, dumating na tayo sa point na sinasabi ng mga experts na we have to live with the virus. Hindi na, para na siyang ordinaryong sipon, yung mga nahawa ka dyan sa mga lugar na napupunta mo sa labas, na pwede kang mahawaan kagad. Yun nga lang, same as the flu, nakakamatay, di ba? Hindi naman, wala naman, yung flu din naman, yung ordinary flu o na trangkaso na nakagisnan natin nakakapatay po talaga yun. Marami po namatay dahil lang sa simple colds. So, ganun na rin po itong mga buntot ng ng COVID. Ganito na yun. Kumbaga, para mga measles, dengue, kasama na. Mas matindi pa nga dengue ngayon, mas issue pa ang dengue ngayon kaysa sa COVID sa totoo lang. Attorney, nandiyan ka pa ba?
Ayun, sakit na ulo ko dito
Sabi pa rin ba kami?
Oo. Minsan nag-freeze kayo eh.
Ganun ba?
Ayun,
Ganun
so,
ba?
well, anyway, batiin mo natin.
Yes, kaya nga naisip ko na kailangan magsama na tayo, mag-live na tayo and everything. Sige, bati muna. Ayun. Hindi naman nag-freeze yata si Anyway, Alex Fuentes, good evening po. TechSabado at kay Boss Jing at Atty. Melvin. Happy weekend po sa inyong dalawa. Be safe watching here in City of Smile. Thank you, Alex. Ang aming ang aming weekly fan dito sa TechSabado. Saka today is Tuesday po. Alam niyo po, meron tayong programa na today is Tuesday every Tuesday to ng gabi, alas 8 ng gabi. Kasama natin dyan si Tito Tridino. Michael Lance, magandang gabi Tito Jing at masaya akong nakita si Atty. Melvin. 51.8 Mbps PLDT home fiber Las Piñas. Buti ka pa, hindi ka naman problema sa home fiber mo ng PLDT. Yes, bawal na ba sa Indonesia ang Yahoo, PayPal, Stream at Epic Games? Totoo ba yan? Michael Lance, saan lumabas yan? Hindi ko pa nakita yan. Tingnan natin. Alex Wingol, good evening. TechSabado, Sir Jing, Atty. Melvin. PLDT 65. Itong si si Alex, napaka-consistent nung 65 Mbps na sa Tondo, Manila ng PLDT home. Buti na lang. Good for you, Alex Wingol ng Tondo, Manila. 65 Mbps PLDT home fiber yan. Jeff Buckley, of course. Hello, Jing, Atty. Present from Alcobar, Saudi Arabia. May bakuna na ba sa monkeypox? Wala pa yata, monkeypox. Ito po, wag po kayo masyadong panic, pero syempre be aware of monkeypox. Ito po yung bagong nagiging news, nagiging viral news po sa mga social media. Although hindi pa to identified as STD, sexually transmitted disease, pero ito po ay natatransmit po through sexual relation, yung mga sexual intercourse. Pero syempre, pati po yung pagdikit po dun sa tao, yung skin to skin, yan po yung mga sinasabi nila according sa mga news pero mostly sexually transmitted disease, although hindi pa siya labeled as STD. Anyway, RJ Espinosa, good evening Team TechSabado with Sir Jing Garcia at Atty. Melvin Kalimag watching Facebook dito sa Padada, Davao del Sur. Of course, RJ sa from Padada, Davao del Sur. 7 hosting, good evening Tito Jing and Atty. Melvin. 7, nandito ka pa ba sa Manila? Jerry Conto, mga sir. Jerry Conto, mga sir, bakit parang hina ng wifi pag maulan? Actually, kasi may mga hindi hindi yung wifi ang problema Ang problema yung mga kable natin sa kalye. Minsan kasi nababasa nag-grounded sila napapasok. Alam niyo naman po yung sitwasyon ng mga kable po sa poste para mga spaghetti yan. Pansit po kung itsura niyan sa mga ibang lugar, marami diyan. Kasi po yung mga contractor ang tatamad po magputol ng kable ng maayos. Hindi po sila OCD, hindi katulad yung nakikita niyo sa sa social media ng viral po na mga OCD, mga yung mga tech, mga IT mga system integrators. Dito po Diyos ko napakatamad po ng karamihan ng mga contractors. Bahala na kayo sa ang nangyayari minsan diyan naiiwan bukas yung naiiwan bukas yung mga exchange equipment, network exchange or equipment, minsan po nababasa, minsan binabaha. Kaya pasok po ng tubig, nakita niyo naman iba diyan matataas yung mga ang tataas may mga semento po yan para hindi pa abutin baha. Pero pag nababasa po talagang magsisip in yung tubig, nag-ground po yung mga wires dahil nga pansit Diyos ko. Sama ng pagkagawa nila So nangyari pag ganyan po issue po sa sa mga connections. Alam ko yan kasi unang-una lalo na pag nako-corrode yung lalo na pag hindi fiber gamit pa rin copper wire, nagkakaroon ng corrosion pag malamig po yung weather, nagkakaroon po ng corrosion. Yung nakikita niyo nag-green po yung copper tapos minsan naman hanggang sa yung nakita niyo ba kunyari yung baterya pag naiwan niyo na matagal sa remote, di ba? Dumudugo yung baterya, nagko-corrode yung mga tapos masisira yung spring, hindi na magagamit yung remote. Parang ganoon po minsan nangyayari po sa mga sa mga connection natin sa labas, especially pag gamit po copper, nagkakaroon ng corrosion. Nasisira po yung connection at yun yun nagkakaroon ng static, maingay. Pag maingay po yung pasok ng connection, kuryente doon sa kable, hindi po consistent na malinis, yung may mga crackle and pop, nadi-disrupt po yung yung data packet. Kasi hindi naman po audio yung hindi naman po audio yung narinig natin, hindi po analog, digital po. So nadi-disrupt po yung yung data packet, yung tunog yung tunog ng fax, yung tunog kasi ng computer yung parang sa fax machine. Ganun po mag-usap mag-handshake ang router saka ang kable, ganun po pati yung server sa labas, saka ganun po sila mag-handshake. Pag may mga static po, may mga nangyayaring maingay yung linya, nadi-disrupt po yung digital transmission between those cables, especially pag wired or or cable yung mga copper wires. Pero pag pag fiber naman, optics, hindi na po problema 'yon. Kaya nga marami nagpapalit ng fiber. Ang problema, yung fiber optic hanggang dun lang sa kunyari especially sa mga condo katulad sa amin, hanggang dun lang sa baba ang fiber. Pero pagdating po paakyat ng condo dahil hindi po naka-fiber, naka-cable po. Kable pa rin ang gamit nila, copper wire cable, the old cable ng building. So, ganun din nangyayari, nagkakaroon ng effect sa connectivity. Anyway, magandang gabi Tito Jing at masaya ako ayun na pala. Actually yung ni Michael Nance, yung isa niyang pinost, ito sabi niya, ito galing sa Reuters. Sige, tingnan natin, open natin yan. Malaki ang kita ng mga digital service provider kaya napansin ni Junior gustong lagyan ng VAT. Actually, hindi naman talaga si President BBM ang nakapansin yan. Ang nakapansin po niyan yung Finance Department. Matagal na pong napapansin niya ng Finance Department na yung mga digital service provider malaki kinikita tulad ng Netflix, YouTube, may mga kumikita, malaki po kita nila dahil billions po billions of dollars ang kita niyan. Nakita naman natin dahil publicly listed marami sa kanila. Nakikita po natin na yung nila yung mga profit nila every year. So gusto ng ating gobyerno na lagyan sila ng mga tax yung mga gumagamit niyan tulad natin. Dapat nga ang dapat ang itaxan diyan, hindi tayo ang itataxan diyan, yung provider. Ang problema, pag nagbayad ng tax yung mga providers na yan, digital service provider, sa atin sisingilin. So kung nagbabayad kayo ng Netflix ng sabihin na natin 300 a month, tapos yung Netflix inoobliga magbayad ng ilang bilyon sa Pilipinas, dadagdagan po ng Netflix yung yung tawag mo rito, yung subscription rate nila. Pwede na tayo maging 320 or 350 or worse, baka 400 or 500 a month na yung 300 mo. Hindi natin alam, we'll see kung ano mangyayari. So matagal na pong gustong gawin yan ng ating gobyerno even before po umupo si PBBM. So yun na nga, dahil nga kailangan ng kailangan ng gobyerno natin ng taxes, kailangan ng pera, dahil alam naman natin kulang ang pera ng gobyerno. Hindi ko na pong sasabihin kung anong pagkukulang na dapat makuha ng gobyerno, pero yun na nga, for now ang idea is kunin sa atin yun mga taxes para po magkaroon ng kaban ng bayan. Yan po ang solusyon nila. Okay, one recommended solution globally is not to tax the platforms there, but to tax their advertising revenues. Wow, tama. Yung advertising revenue nga naman. Parang Facebook. Actually, Facebook ang malakas diyan sa advertising yung revenue, yung business model ng Facebook. Diyan pwede yan. Nire-recommend ni Winthrop. Manonood ba kayo ng Ka-Tips or MIM? Ito si Michael talaga eh. Okay. Good evening, Diyosa Matet. Good evening po, TechSabado. Good evening din kay Gina Bocaya, kung nakikinig sila, saka si Diyosa Matet. Good evening sa inyo. At happy birthday po kay Len. At kay Coco, happy birthday sa inyong dalawa. Si Coco po, 13 years old. At si Len, 2 years old. Mga aso po namin yan. Happy birthday sa kanila. Grabe tanda ng isa kong poodle. 13 years old, that's almost 70 or 80 years old na yun. Human years. Si Len naman, siguro mga binata na. Pwede na gumawa ng, pwede na po, available na po siya for mating. Good evening, Mel Dominguez. Good evening sa inyo. Diosama, happy birthday, Len and Coco. Sabi ni Diosama. Yeah, nawala si Tony, oh. Tony, yan ka na ba? Ako na lang sasalta dito, ha. Frozen pa rin siya. Ayan, eh. Okay, pasok na. Oh, yes. Oo. Papasok ko na yung guest natin kahit wala pa si attorney dahil para mag-umpisa natin yung usapan natin for today, we'll talk about ayun, yun yung si attorney pero baliktad.
Ayun.
Umiikot ka, attorney, ah. Naubusan ako ng rito, ah. Naubusan ako ng Anyway, teka. Happy birthday din, Albert Dominguez. Yeah. Kapatid ni Mel. Happy birthday, Albert. Kuya Albert, happy birthday. Yan. Attorney, buhay ka pa ba?
Oo nga, wala eh. Talagang bumaba na sa 0, 1 Mbps, 0 na eh. Papitik-pitik na lang eh. Ewan ko kung nakakapasok tong sinasabi ko na to.
Yeah, nakapasok ka. Pumapasok ka. Pero yan na eh, since naman nakapasok ka na, pasok na natin guest natin, masimulan natin usapan natin for tonight.
Sige.
Introduce mo na. Naging guest na natin to, di ba? Yung few episodes ago.
Yes, that's correct. Guest natin for tonight. Natin consult ng Laika ng naging text. Pero agad niya is gaming called Next Play, which is entrepreneurs.
Choppy. Sorry, ulitin mo. Medyo choppy ka. Okay. So, he's from Laika. Yung naging guest natin from Laika.
Dati siyang taga Laika.
Oo, yes.
Kaya siya naging guest natin
guest
dito.
Sa Laika.
Okay.
Gaming platform na play to earn.
Ngayon, yes, play to earn na hindi lang play to earn, marami pang basta it's a gaming platform. Yung kung saan siya tatrabaho yung pangalan Next Play.
Next Play.
She had a press con yesterday. Yung Next Play based but
Di kaya.
Founded and led. Yung Pinoy po ang mano niya. And with Union Bank yesterday. Okay, hindi natin patagalin. Pangalan niya si Francis Hussein Mama Sabulod. Hello,
Francis, good evening.
Good evening po. Good evening po sa mga nakikinig.
Welcome back to TechSabado. I'm sure may iba
Yes.
kang usapan ngayon, no? So,
Oo.
medyo explain natin yung sinabi ni Atty. Kasi medyo talaga choppy talaga si Atty. Coming from Pasig City.
nga.
Good evening, Francis. Sige, Francis. What's your new company again, Francis?
Well, it's Next Play. So we are one of the biggest esports group here in the Philippines. And so Next Play po kasi, ito po yung we organize esports tournament, and we have influencers, and we have professional MPL players or Mobile Legends players. Of course, yan po yung mga namin, mga ginagawa po namin. Pero marami rin po kaming tawag dito, I can say services for the different brands. So right now, Next Play is affiliated with Next Play EVOS. Next Play EVOS kasi ito yung official team natin sa MPL na darating na August ngayon. Yan.
This August, no? May bagong itong tournament na to.
Season 10, yan.
Yes.
May gusto lang ako itanong Francis, no? Kasi we all know what happened to may article nga na nangyari na bumagsak talaga daw yung Axie Infinity
Time Magazine.
Time Magazine. Malamang nakita niyo na yung story na yun, no? What's your take on this? Kasi people are still gaming companies like you are still urging people to go into these types of activities.
Yeah, actually, one of the most important thing we should take note is papatingnan natin kung yung game na to is laro ba, meaning to say yung ganda ng laro niya ba, is it worth it ba na to spend your time with. So for example, I'm sure a lot of you played some RPG games, role-playing games in the past. So yung Axie kasi, it's a blockchain game na I can say challenging din naman, pero ang school of thought ko kasi I'm a bit on the purist side. Na for example, dapat yung gameplay kasi ng isang game maganda, yung story niya, narrative niya maganda. And I think one of the reasons why Axie is, this is just my opinion, just to be clear. So I think one of the reasons why Axie somehow is losing foothold on their audience is, number one, siguro yung gameplay. Number two is, of course, there was an incident na I think nawalan sila ng hundreds of billions of dollars in the blockchain. So parang parang in terms of confidence level ng mga manlalaro dito. Siyempre yun, questionin yun. How did that happen? Kumbaga. So ayun ang I think two reasons na I think, yeah, it's really affecting its popularity. No matter what kind of league you organize, you are just parang parang encouraging them ang play to earn. Plus there are also other factors na masasabi ko. For example, sa play to earn kasi, ang nagiging motivation ng player is trying to earn money. Right? Tayo kasi, in the older days, ang gusto natin kasi game satisfaction. Yes, natalo ko to. Natalo ko siya sa Tekken.
Ang reward mo, achievement, di ba? Yung achievement unlock.
Yes.
Achievement unlock, yun lang Okay ka na.
Yes. So, yung nangyayari ngayon kasi, a lot of play to earn companies are trying their to get into the Philippines. Ang problem kasi they're having difficulty na to attract our players, kasi ang Philippines kasi is a mature market for games. Very mature market yung Philippines. So pag bubuhusan mo ng a lot of play to earn games, magkakaroon ng callousness among the playing community. So if you cannot present something new, if you're a play to earn game, if you cannot present something new, just earning games in your yung gameplay mo is not good, and you're just a mediocre play to earn, definitely hindi ka kakagatin. And your popularity, if you're popular last year, November, siguro because of the novelty, this is a play to earn. Bago to para sa atin. Pero try to imagine that. Yung user experience ba, yung player experience ba, do they value it?
Mm.
No eh. Ang nangyayari dito, people are just trying to play the game as a livelihood.
Yes, ginawa nilang hanap buhay.
Livelihood.
So, yun nga, yun
Oo.
yung gusto ko sabihin eh. Yun yung mali doon, yung focus nila more on earning rather than the achievement nga no, or the satisfaction of being rewarded with the game. Ang reward na hinahabol nila, sweldo.
Yes.
Kaya tapos nagkaroon tuloy ng high expectations.
Yes. Actually, game publishers should focus more on on player experience first. Before yung titingnan natin yung sinasabi na parang I want to earn something from that particular community. No, I guess the game ability, the gameplay, the game experience of the community should come first before siguro yung mga rewards na mga play to earn na yan. Kasi I'm gonna give you an example. One of the best I can say na game publishers that I can say na who really values game player experience, Riot Games.
Riot Games, oo.
If you notice, they have Valorant, League of Legends, Runeterra. Yung mga games nila talagang talagang more on the skills, satisfaction. If you are going to look at the graphics and sound effects of League of Legends, top notch. Valorant, top notch. The FPS play, the first person shooter play is top notch. So what does it mean? Binavalue ng game publisher na yon yung experience ng mga players.
Oo.
Kaya gano'n.
Oo, tama. Yun tungkol doon sa article ng Time Magazine. Yun nga yung dating kagad sa akin eh. When I was reading it, it's a long form article. Yung dating kasi sa akin, yung even the angle nung reporter na yun na nga ginawa niyang hanap buhay as a sideline para kung dagdag kita. Doon sila nag-focus eh. Kaya tuloy parang ang sama ng loob ng lahat na wala nangyari. Parang naglaro ako ng ilang hours, inubos yung oras ko, tapos ito lang pala ang mapapala ako. Tapos ito na nga, nangyari nga yung hacking. Nagkaroon nga ng hacking, diba? Doon sa bumaba yung confidence level tuloy ng mga tao doon sa company mismo, doon sa platform mismo.
At saka pagka play to earn kasi marami kasing factors yan outside the game. For example, may mga nagpapautang dyan, may mga scholars yan. Yung iba dyan nagkakabaon-baon sa utang eh. Just to get into the game. Especially yung yung pinaka-height ng popularity nila last year. Ang daming nag-finance diyan, ikaw gagawin kitang scholar pero you play. So ikaw being a scholar, mandated ka to play a certain hours to win. So parang ang nangyayari niyan, dahil may isang tao na may pera willing to to finance you, parang nagkakaroon ng slave master relationship. And again, this is my opinion ayun na nakikita ko. And some angles naman, they're looking at this naman on in the fintech side or financial side. Parang ito lang parang this is I don't know if this is correct. Parang may pagka-pyramiding scheme.
Ponzi, di ba?
Oo, parang Ponzi
style
scheme. Dating ng mga play to earn games. I'm not saying every play to earn game is like that. But parang gano'n ang nagiging general perception.
Pero yung the whole crypto industry, gano'n ang tingin ng mga ng mga analysts. It's a big one Ponzi no.
Yes.
Gano'n na nangyayari. Sabi ko nga tama ba yung perception ko, sabi ko, crypto was okay before Wall Street came in. Kasi nung nagpasukan na itong mga financial analysts, financial advisors, na bago na yung buong ng mundo ng crypto. Pero crypto was okay before them.
Yes. Totally,
tama ba yung iniisip ko ngayon, perception ko ngayon?
Yes, totally. Kasi there are instances, for example, look at what happened to Luna.
Tama.
That's a classic example. Well, this is just my suspicion. There are a lot of whales in the game of crypto. and they would fund everything. They would pump profit, pump money in the certain coin, and right after that they pull it out or sell it.
Yes, oh.
So ganun na nangyayari. Kaya yung
The
lula,
traditional pump and dump. Ganun talaga yung
Yeah.
Wall Street eh. That's it
Ganon.
eh. Yun ang ginamit nila. Ginamit nito yung may new toy sila, then nag-pump and dump lang sila.
Exactly.
Grabe.
Exactly.
Mm-mm.
So it's still since we're in the blockchain, yung mga play to earn games in the blockchain. So the same scenario, I can say yung confidence level talagang bababa, especially sa play to earn games. And I really admire nga yung mga companies like Blizzard. They're staying true to the game talaga because you know, they value the design, everything, the storyline. For example, right now Blizzard is coming up with their new World of Warcraft Classic. They're gonna launch it. And if you're going to compare that particular game to play to earn games, ang layo.
Oo.
Sobrang layo. The strategy, the graphics, the story, the gameplay, and even the brand itself.
Yes, oh. Nagmukhang casual game nga yung mga yung mga like Axie Infinity, parang casual game na lang siya, para siya Farmville ng dating.
Exactly. Kaya nga, for example, if you're playing Dota, ibang level yun. Playing Mobile Legends, ibang level yun.
Yes, oo nga.
Iba kumbaga bawat game segment, iba-iba kasing mga diyan mga player niyan, iba-iba yung mga characters niyan, iba-iba yung mga perceptions niyan. But again, in play to earn games, with all due respect to the game publisher play to earn games, I think they should come up with something new. As in, the gameplay should be unique, and they should bar people from exploiting other people who doesn't have any money. Alam mo yun? They just they going to pay them to play for them, ganon. So I think that's the reason.
Parang sumabay yata to sa isabong eh. Di ba? Everyone din to sa isabong, that's why suddenly nawala din. Parang ganon eh, no?
Oo.
So what are you trying to here? How do we get out of this?
Actually, next play, we really are working with reputable game companies and reputable brands. We want those brands to experience here in the Philippines talaga the power of the community of esports, the power of gaming. Believe it or not, in the Philippines, nagulat nga ako last year, pandemic. In the Philippines, there are a lot of gamers, and if you look at yung expenditure, I think, last year, 2021, sa games lang, sa Philippines, it's around 520 million pesos.
Wow.
So, siya magugulat ka, we're in crisis, and yet, we're spending that much in games. My son alone who plays Roblox, he has a 450 monthly subscription for Roblox. So imagine that, how many kids right now who are into Roblox, who are into these games, met the first metaverse game, yung Roblox na yan, because they can edit everything there. And imagine kids having 350, 450, 1,000 subscription. And these are kids.
Yes. Talagang kids na hindi ito yung mga adults na naglalaro lang ng game.
No.
Talagang mga bata talaga.
Bata to.
Below 15 years old.
Below 15 years old, mga 4 to 15 years old. Yan yung mga mga age. My son started when he was 4 years old. And mind you, I can say, yung games kasi talagang they give so much in the community. For example, Roblox. Parang siya naging first social teacher ng anak ko in technology. His writing improved, his speech improved, his perception, problem solving improved because of Roblox. So I can say, dapat talaga we should go for quality games instead of baiting the people. Hey, you are earning here.
Yes.
Do not bait the people. Kumbaga, do not bait the gaming community. We are right now talagang we're looking for publishers like Riot Games, Activision, NetEase, Tencent, because these are the big companies who really value the gameplay and really focus on I can say player experience first before anything else.
Attorney, ano ka ba dyan? Andiyan ka ba?
Narinig niyo ba ako?
Oh, yes. Pero choppy ka pa rin.
Medyo choppy eh.
Hello?
Ayun, medyo ano pa rin siya. May problema pa rin si attorney. Anyway, continue Francis. Yung mga plans for this next play.
Hello? Ha?
May gusto tanongin nga kasi hindi mo penetrate.
Medyo nagiging choppy, Sir Webs.
I hope Francis, the community, the esports community,
Ayaw.
esports. I hope the esports community learns from this yung nangyari sa itong balita nga tungkol sa earn to play, yung mga nangyayari ngayon. I hope they not only the community, pero even yung mga hindi part ng community but they're doing this earn to play games. I hope they learn their lessons from this.
Actually, with all due respect naman sa mga aficionados ng play to earn, I think the word play should be there, but the word earn, parang parang nagiging livelihood kasi. This is totally different from professional players because these guys are being paid because of their skills, the social media impact that they already have, and of course the impact to the community. For the mga players naman ng play to earn, ang nag-aano kasi sa kanila, ang nagmo-motivate is the earnings. And for me, the community should be more, I can say, even the investors. To be honest, there are a lot of companies, a lot of white paper, a lot of companies asking for investors because they're gonna be a play to earn game company. And all of a sudden they rug pull. Kawawa yung mga investors din. So hindi lang naman siya yung mga gaming community ang naapektuhan sa mga ganitong klaseng mga, I can say, mga get rich quick scheme ng mga play to earn publishers or certain companies. There are a lot. I have encountered a lot ng mga companies. They want to penetrate the Philippines, so they talk to me. This is the game plan and everything. And when it comes to for example, putting out your game already in public, they cannot. So ayun ang problem.
I was surprised kanina you mentioned that we have a very mature esports community. Paano mo to na-identify na gano'n na nga tayo? Na gano'n level na tayo?
If you notice kasi, for example tayo, yung mga players natin is already well known all over the world.
Rockstars na ba sila?
Rockstars na. Magagaling kasi mga Filipino in terms of games. Buti nga I'm really happy that there are a lot of internet providers now. Unlike it my time, dial-up pa talaga. Yung StarCraft noon, dial-up pa. World of Warcraft, dial-up pa. Pero ngayon, ang bibilis na ng internet at saka mas mura na. And I'm very happy that the community is growing. And the maturity of the community is really there. If you look at the players that we export in different professional teams, I just cannot remember the names of the Filipino players there in different professional esports teams. There are a lot of Filipinos, and they're one of the biggest stars. Now, if you're going to be looking at, for example, our performance in Southeast Asian games in terms of esports, we are either gold or silver. Doon tayo naglalaro. Now, if you're going to be looking at for example, the population of gamers in the Philippines, we have casual gamers kasi, we have super serious gamers, or for example, the hardcore gamers. Pero ang mga casual gamers natin, they're very knowledgeable about the game. They're very knowledgeable about the gameplay. So if you're gonna be talking to a kid here in the Philippines or a guy who is like about 30s, do you play a game in the do you play any game? The most probable answer is yes. The most probable answer is yes. In the taste of the Filipinos, in terms of games, they really like games that really value the gameplay, the experience, in the story of the game. Ang nangyari lang talaga noon sa Axie was the novelty. Any play to earn was a novelty at that time. Sila lang kasing unique, ganyan. And everybody followed. But then again, a lot of companies cannot catch up with the popularity of Axie, Pegaxie, whatsoever. So talaga nagiging ano sila at the end of the day, parang they don't have staying power. Unlike, for example, World of Warcraft. Wala pa akong asawa, nandyan na yan. Pero ngayon, nilalaro pa rin.
Yes.
StarCraft.
StarCraft, nandiyan pa rin siya, di ba?
Nandyan pa rin.
Dota, tagal na rin ng Dota.
Tagal na ng Dota, pero nandyan pa rin. You know why? Because there is a very strong community. And our community here in the Philippines for this type of RPG games is very mature. Their taste is so, I can say, high-end in terms of player experience. Hindi siya hindi siya tawag dito, hindi siya basta-basta mga Filipino there are thousands of games in a Play Store, in Google Play.
Yes.
Pero if you notice, Filipinos are really picky for downloads. So in the Philippines, I think for FPS, we have called CODM, right? Tapos PUBG. Tapos ano pa ba? Right now Hyperfront is trying to catch in. Pero if you those games are that I mentioned, complex yung niya, yung storyline niya, except for PUBG, lang, search and destroy lang yun. Pero the thing is, the experience is so unique.
Yeah.
Sa PUBG kasi massive dami nyo, tapos laban-laban kayo, matibay, di ba? Ganun ang So, yung maturity talaga ng natin, ng audience natin, hindi siya, I can say, makukumpara mo sa, for example, sa ibang bansa. Kasi sa atin, very critical yung mga Pilipinos sa mga games. Tsaka maaalam ang mga Pilipino sa mga games.
So in most of these top games, no, they're spectator sports. Talagang pag pinapanood ng mga fans, akala mo yung arena size, they can fill up an arena just to just to watch these games.
Actually, that's true. Just to give you a trivia, yung TI is the only esport right now. This is Dota. When they play TI, 55 million people watch simultaneously.
Wow.
Name a sport. A sport.
Yes, that's so
that
true.
can amass that kind of viewership.
Yes.
Live
pa, no?
Live viewership. So
wala not a bit na may makalapit na physical sports na ganun ang audience, di ba?
Siguro malapit-lapit lang yung Olympics or FIFA World Cup.
Yung mga ganun mga global events naman yun. Pero like for example, not even sa US yung
NBA.
Yes, di ba? Or yung football, never.
NFL,
NFL, di ba? Yun yung pinaka nila doon most watched sports nila doon And because of that number of audience, that's why even the telcos are into it now. Yeah,
not only telcos. In esports kasi, there are two types of brands. This is a non-endemic and the endemic. So the endemic brands, by the nature of their brands, say for example, a PC, a mobile phone, or a video card, or a sound system, or a what do you call it, earpiece.
Yes.
That's endemic. These are the gears that the players use,
yes,
right? But there are also non-endemic brands, such as, for example, would you believe mattress?
Really?
Yeah, you know why? If I'm going to sell, for example, to Uratex, Mandawi foam, definitely players need a
Need
good
rest.
night's sleep.
Yeah.
When you want to become a champion,
Mm.
sleep on your
Matutulog din yung mga yan.
Oo, hindi, totoo.
Hindi naman natutulog yung mga yan, mga gamers.
Naglalaro
Hindi
na kahiga.
hindi sila talaga natutulog because talagang sleep, pero they need rest.
Yes.
And that is a perfect opportunity for them to rest their mind sa magandang bed. Hindi lang kasi yung mga brands na endemic. So ito pang sample na ng mga non-endemic. Si Yum Yum, yung noodles.
Oo, talaga.
They even organize their own Yum Yum Invitational League. And we're organizing that right now. And try to imagine this. You are eating a very good tasting Asian noodle while you're playing games.
Energy drinks.
Energy drinks. Actually, sa US, pero ng brain booster for concentration.
Really?
For games. Yes.
Wow.
Yes, talagang, kasi ang dami kasi nagsasabi, game lang yan. This is just a game. No. This is the lifestyle of a community that brands can integrate their wares. So for example, caps, eyewear, health products, food, everything that pwede nating inject yan sa esports. Why? Because you already have a captured audience. In the Philippines, we already have 45 million gamers.
Dami, grabe.
45 million gamers, regardless of their intensity in game. So imagine that kind of market that you are missing out.
Yes, that's so true. That's so true. Yeah, yung mga telcos natin, Globe, Smart, and PLDT, they're really into it and they're sponsoring these mga leagues.
Exactly. Not only leagues, we can even create bespoke execution for them. KOL-led, content-led campaigns. So that's the difference, for example. Kasi for us, Next Play Evos, Next Play, we really bank on the community, the audience that we have. And we listen to them. What do they want? What brand do they want to see? So who are these brands? Why do brands need to engage with with this audience as early as now? There's a classic marketing strategy of Coca-Cola. Remember, they start them young because at the end of the day, when they grow old, they will still be their market. So why does Coca-Cola do that? For nothing? No, for brand recall and the experience of drinking Coke. When you're into esports, it's not only the experience of your brand, but the communal experience of winning a game or strategizing how to win and amplifying the strength of that particular player or the particular group into your brand. So maraming communication angles na pwedeng gawin. For example, Red Bull na lang. Sabi nila, ang esports daw is not really a sports, di ba?
Oo nga.
Hanggang ngayon, pinagtatalunan pa sa Olympic Committee ata yan. Pero sa Asian Games, dito sa Asia, we're really mature.
Yes.
We're really mature in that sense. Try to imagine this. Sa atin, nag-start kagad tayo, esports, it includes sa organized regional sports. Di ba? Yung first C-ball team natin, Southeast Asian Games, champion kagad tayo. And now, champion pa rin tayo. In regional games, makikita mo talagang mga Pilipino very mature. Dito nga rin sa community namin, nagugulat ako sa mga bata. Gabing-gabi na, akala ko kung ano ginagawa, nandiyan sila sa labas. They're holding their cell phones, magkakaharap sila, nagpa-practice, naglalaro. Why?
Oo, nagpa-practice na pala.
In play-to-earn game, hindi mo makikita yan sa kanila. Pero dito, for example, sa Mobile Legends, makikita mo yung camaraderie.
May teamwork no?
Teamwork, yung communication skills, napapractice. Doon akala mo parang nag-aaway sila pag pare, birahin mo na yan. So, ganun. So, the thing is, it's very, the games that we have right now, creates communal experience
Communal
for
talaga.
for the community, for the gamers.
Speaking of Mobile Legends, okay, malinaw na ba ako? Bumaba kasi
Oh,
ako
yes,
ng
yes, yes.
bahay.
Yeah,
Oo.
malinaw.
Doon sa kwarto, mahina talaga kaya bumaba na lang ako. Anyway, you mentioned about Mobile Legends. Yung RSG Philippines team, Francis, they just won. They were just crowned the champions, right? In Mobile
Exactly.
Legends Bang Bang.
Yeah.
Just a few days ago. Yes,
Yeah.
a few days. They won cash prize worth parang nasa 7 million yata o 8 million
Wow.
gano'n eh.
Pesos?
7 million
That's-
US dollars.
Wow, US dollars. Wow.
That's a lot of money.
Yes, that's over that's over 100 million pesos.
May comment dito yung ating konsensya.
Oh.
Sabi niya, despite the misconceptions, professional gamers actually follow a strict lifestyle.
Ay,
Their employers provide strict diet, health, and workout programs. They have top-notch psychiatrists and doctors to take care of them.
true.
All that aside from strict training on the game they play, very much like sports athletes. Philippine teams are champions. Probably the only Asian country who won the biggest Dota event versus international teams, among other achievements, sabi niya. Yeah. Actually nga, sabi nga ni Francis kanina, di ba? Yung mga serious gamers talaga mga Pinoy. Di ba?
Sobra. I agree with the comment na professional players have a strict regimen in training. In our team, in our EVOS team, next play EVOS team, sila Doggy, sila Donut, yung mga players namin, they are very strict on the schedules, the time they play, the diet they have, and even in the relaxation that they have. Actually, we created a boot camp right now. I think this is one of the biggest here in the Philippines. This is our next play Pangasinan boot camp. And we designed it talaga na it's isolated from the civilization para yung mga players can concentrate on their craft. Nilalayo namin sila sa distraction, nandun sila, concentrated sila doon, para at least they can improve, they can see their skills. Kasi ang nangyayari kasi if you're gonna be in a highly urban setting, ang daming distractions. Andyan yung mall,
Oo nga.
andyan yung mga friends mo, pupuntahan ka. So what we did talaga, we isolate them from distraction. And I believe it's gonna be the effect will be evident in this coming MPL season. Kasi the team right now is very serious, very driven, and they learn from their mistakes, from their experience. And Doggy right now is the team captain, and he's really leading the team. Renny J, H2O, as one of the veterans here, El Piso, Donut, everybody else in the team are doing their thing. They're training hard, just like any professional athlete in the world. Before you can reach a certain level kasi, talaga dapat may training ka.
Oo nga.
Sobra. And our coach, we have a new coach, by the way, next play EVOS. He's one of the winningest coach right now. And, na-mention ni Sir Melvs kanina, yung iba dyan, meron pang tawag dito, mga psychologists, nutritionists. That's true. In bigger esports team, that's true.
Oo,
And they
kasama
even
na.
totoo, and they even have tawag dito exercise regimen. That's why right now in our boot camp, kompleto 'yon. May gym, may basketball court, merong lounge, merong billiards to relax their mind, and of course to train. Tapos meron kaming game room, tapos meron kaming tawag dito green room, studio, so that they don't have to go out and produce their content. They can do it there. So talagang yung Pangasinan Bootcamp ng Next Play EVOS is really designed to make a champion team.
Ito, kinonvert ko ngayon $7 million. It's 387,000 ay 387 million pesos.
I think I stand corrected ata parang 7 million pesos ata yun worth.
Sa
Pesos, pesos,
pesos.
pesos. Oh.
Oo.
Pero still, that's a lot of money, 7 million pesos, di ba?
7
Pero
million
the thing
pesos.
is, tama ka it's a lot of money eh. Kumaga saan ka makakita ng you're playing this type of game, pero you're really giving honor to your country.
Yes. Yun.
Di ba?
Oh.
Huwag na natin tingnan yung pera eh.
Yes.
You're giving honor to your country.
We're putting our mark. Di ba?
Yes.
We're putting our mark. Yun yung importante doon eh, di ba? Kasi sa play to earn, mag-isa ka lang eh. Ikaw lang, di ba?
Oo.
ikaw lang yung
Oo.
ikaw lang yung magyayabang sarili mo. Pero ito, talagang we're on the map of esports, di ba?
Yeah.
Sabing esports yung Philippines na mapa yan. Para ba tayo sa boxing, nakakatakutan na ba ang mga esports?
Yes, actually,
para tayong boxing ngayon, parang Pacquiao na ba tayo?
Very true, very true. And the Philippine gamers, professional gamers, is really well respected in different parts of the world, especially in Southeast Asia. And of course, I think this is due to the dedication and the willingness of the players to give honor to their country. To be, it's not being a rock star, for example. It's not that. I think if we compete abroad, it's not about me being, for example, Rene J, Togi, but it's all about bringing your country a certain prestige in the world of high competitive sports. Diba? So I think that's the real goal there. And if you notice, sa iba-ibang mga bansa, tayo lang ang I can say napakalaki yung potential. Siguro yung iba meron din potential, I'm sure. For example, Malaysia and Indonesia, mga dark horse yan. But the thing is, because of the dedication of our players, kagaya ng balikan natin yung unang tanong mo, kinakatakutan na rin talaga mga Pilipino sa games.
Sabi nga yung comment dito,
Francis.
Filipinos most feared players in online games pero most toxic player din daw kasi lakas mag-trash talk.
Yun lang. Sabi nga, ito si Michael
At
Lang,
hindi
sabi
pa
niya,
mag-trash talk ng mga Pinoy.
Oo.
totoo yan. Ano yung event nyo kahapon na Francis? Nandun kami ni Michael Lance. Si Michael Lance yung parang nakabonet. Hindi ko nga nakilala nung una nung niya ako eh. Binati niya ako eh. Sabi, Sir Melvin, sino kaya to? Tapos na-figure na-realize ko, nung pauwi na ako, ay, ito kayo bumati sa akin pa si Michael Lance pala yun. Anyway, sabi niya, meron daw undergraduate college degree ang LPU para sa esports. Wow, I didn't know that. Meron palang gano'n.
Yes.
Distraction rin ba yung makikita silang mga magaganda? But may mga babae bang mga gamers din ba ngayon, Francis?
Marami. Actually,
Marami.
marami na siya. Pero ang population kasi usually is like 70-30. And I would like to see the day na maging 50-50 yung mga players na mga babae, dumami. Kasi naman to tawag dito, wala to sa strength, wala to sa sa physical appearance mo. It's all about the dexterity of your mind and your fingers.
You mentioned physical experience. Sabi ko nga yung mga girls naka-sando or naka-spaghetti strap lang parati nakikita.
Ay, madidistract sila dyan.
Yan ang pa-distract nila.
Oo. Yung event namin noon na Tony Webs, it's a union digital partnership with NextPlay. And it's one of the first step of Union Digital to really get into the sphere of esports in the gaming community, because as we all know, one of the most I can say digitized community is the gamers. And during the game experience that you have, for example, you want to purchase certain weaponry, certain mana, you will use definitely a digital partner. And of course, Union Digital is one of the first banking partners that I can say who really cares about the gaming community, because it's going to promote the ease of transaction between the audience of NextPlay, and of course the other gaming community, because Union Digital is really foreseeing na in a very near future, kasi one of the questions nga dun sa sa tawag dito sa conference sa press ko na yun, 3% karamihan ng Pilipino is bank, and what happened to the 97%, di ba? So I believe this is one way to get the people or the new generation to get into digital banking through Union Digital, through games. Ayan.
Ayun.
Tony, may tanong ka pa?
Hindi. Ang dami lang comment na nakakatawa dito. Ito, yung si Jerry Conto, sabi niya, si Kairi ng Onyx PH ginawang import daw ng Indonesia. So that's a testament to the gaming prowess of Filipino gamers.
Nung Pinas,
Totoo.
Pero sabi naman ni Konsensya, Filipino players said to have their own server in League of Legends because of toxic behavior and trash talking. Yun lang, masyado siguro passionate mga Pinoy, no? Nagagaling, pero masyado ring passionate kasi kaya talagang
ganun din naman mga ibang players, ibang players, hindi lang natin naiintindihan yung language nila. Kaya feeling natin toxic mga Pinoy kasi naiintindihan natin sila. At alam na natin yung mga words na ginagamit natin, ang bibigat din eh. Pero I'm sure sa mga Eastern European esports players,
US.
Di ba? Even US. US, siyempre maintindihan natin the English. Pero may tanong dito, Francis, how is the ROI of esports teams to brand sponsors? How to quantify it, sabi niya?
Well, basically, there are a lot of ways to quantify it. So, for example, if you're looking for the return of investment, number one, if you really partner into an esports team, like for example, NextPlay, branding kasi is, I think, one of the ROI at first glance, makikita mo. You are going to associate your brands emotionally to a very competitive team. In this competitive team, for example, EVOS, will have a lot of values that can amplify the quality of the brand. So for example, discipline, integrity, stuff like that can really amplify the brand. But if you're going to look at the metrics for ROI, say for example, this one is performance marketing. You're going to be looking at this at a very granular level. So tingnan natin yung neto, yung reach, engagement sa social media, and of course, the user-generated content that particular partnership can create. You know what? I'm going to give an example. When Coca-Cola delved into esports with Dota, I think, they created a commercial that somehow changed the storyline of Dota. And that particular commercial created a backlash. Okay? The community hated it. Mas marami pa yung nag-dislike kaysa nag-like. So this is a clear indication na when you try to deal into esports, automatic yan. There will be reactions. There will be positive and negative reactions. And the way to do it is do it in the proper way. Try to communicate your brand with authenticity, not a sellout. Not a sellout. So for example, kagaya na nangyari sa Coca-Cola at that time with Dota, yung commercial na yun. And it's a bit cheesy because you manipulated the narrative of that in include your brand narrative in the storyline of that particular game, and a lot of people hated that. One classic example for me of authenticity is the inclusion of the advertisement of Wendy's in a game, even Pepsi. So they have an in-game advertising. Andun yung character ng Wendy's, nakikipaglaban din sa ibang mga character.
Okay.
So that's the way to do it eh. Hindi lang, for example, i-jam mo yung logo mo. Hindi. There are a lot of ways to create ROI and authenticity in, I can say, brand sponsorships in esports.
Okay, another question, Francis, is that meron ba daw mga seniors na naglalaro, yung mga thunders na tulad namin?
Ako.
Na naglaro.
Marami. Actually, the generation of Warcraft and
Oo, tumanda na
StarCraft.
ngayon. Oo. Parang
Ah,
sila ngayon.
kami yun eh. Mga Gen Xers yun eh. Kami yun eh. So, these are the games that we play. So, ito yung mga 46 years old, mga 50 years above. Actually, meron talagang mga players na mga seniors, especially even in Singapore eh. Meron kami nakita doon celebrity siya. She's a bit on a senior side, siguro mga 60. She's talagang grandma. She's playing Mobile Legends.
Babae pa.
Babae. So yung games, it doesn't bar anybody from doing it. Kasi it's I can say it's all about the passion. It will not make you run long. Kumbaga hindi masyado physical activity, pero if you're gonna be doing it in a professional level, syempre kailangan yung mind and body mo is attuned. So you need to do some physical activities then. So if you see yung China team sa Beijing, talagang meron pa silang mga may mga exercises, cardio for before they play. So it's the sport is it's either pwede kahit sino maglaro. Pero if you're going to be serious about it, regardless of your age, you can do it naman eh. If you really focus on the game.
Ito yung reaction kay Kyrie sa Indonesia. Sabi nung Neil Michael Lance, tanungin daw kay Francis yung sitwasyon sa Indonesia. Ano ba meron?
Magagaling sila.
Sila yung sila yung major na kalaban natin.
I can say magagaling ang Indonesian, to be honest. Dark horse sila. Really, they are the dark horses.
Pero sabi dito na Dex Orata, yung taga Philippine Navy, kaibigan namin to. Sabi niya, yung mga Indonesian, sir, lakas man trash talk. Pero durog naman sila. Dati sa team ni Alodja.
Pero with due respect sa mga Indonesian players, they're good. And right now, because they're injecting a lot of professional players in their team, I think it would up the ante of their team. Yung culture, I think, magbabago. Because, the Filipino player would inject certain disciplines, certain styles in the game that Indonesians could really learn to.
Ayun. Francis, bago tayo maubusan ng oras. Can you talk about your company Nextplay? Kasi it's very interesting because si Miguel Bernas who is a Filipino based in Singapore,
yes,
is the husband of our Jing, baka friend mo rin. Si Jennifer Alejandro, former reporter ng ABS-CBN na used to work for SAP, di ba? SAP and yung work something sa based on Australia. So lagi pag nagpo-post si Jennifer ng updates on Facebook, nakikita ko dahil husband nga yan si Miguel. So I'm very interesting to know, ano ba yung business model niyo sa Nextplay, Francis?
Actually, our mission and vision is simple. We really want to be we really want to create the complete ecosystem, esports ecosystem for both the players and the brands in the community. So we want to be the conduit of that. We want them to engage our community. We want those people to enjoy our community, to enjoy the brands. Because you know what, at the end of the day, the most important thing is the user experience or the player experience. So that's what we're really banking on, the community in its players. We want to give them an excellent experience in esports, an excellent experience in gaming, an excellent experience in any type of digital entertainment. Because, hindi sa esports kasi may music na rin eh. So we are going to be we're going to be involved in that. In the Nextplay, really want to be the complete ecosystem for both community, players, and the brands who really want to engage in esports.
Okay.
Yun, so very interesting tong Jing, tong area na to. Daming nangyayari. Everyone is into e-gaming, esports. Nga siya, di ba nga, kasama na siya sa calendar ng SEA Games and I think Asian Games din, pati Asian Games, no?
Yes, yes.
And to think, attorney, no, we've been covering esports since no, the early 2000s, and ngayon talagang halos na, hindi na siya nawawala sa eksena. It's part of the scene already
Yes.
ng information and communications technology. Part na talaga siya ng ICT talaga ng mundo.
Oo. Medyo nagkaroon lang ng konting confusion, if I may say that, regarding doon sa play to earn na yung pinauso ng Axie Infinity, kasi everyone got into it, and then suddenly nung bumagsak yung cryptocurrency, nagkagulo rin. Ngayon maraming kumita, maraming nalugi. Parang gano'n. Kanina sinasabi nyo parang Ponzi scheme siya, di ba?
Collapse siya own weight.
Yun, so but we just hope and pray na our Filipino gamers will still thrive and become good in what they do with the help of communities, ecosystems like NextPlay na led and founded by Filipinos. Sino yung aside from Miguel, who was the co-founder?
The president right now, the co-founder is Miguel Bernas, and the other one is Gabriel Benito. He's our CEO. He's based here in the Philippines. Yan.
Based siya dito. Si Miguel lang yung sa Singapore.
Yes.
Okay.
Francis, may pahabol lang na may pahabol lang ako ng tanong kasi may lumabas nga dito kay Joey Antiquisa nga yung tungkol nga. Ito naman tiyatanong niya yung tungkol sa NFT. Ano future ng NFT sa gaming? Sa esports pala?
Malaki ang future ng NFT sa gaming. Actually, NFT talaga will always be, I can say is going to play a big part in gaming. Hindi ko lang alam on what specific sense, but NFT syempre, for example, NFT is all about it's all about electronic validation in the blockchain So NFT token. So basically it's going to be a exclusive game pass, yung mga NFTs, or for example, it's going to be an exclusive artwork for NFTs, but it's going to play a big role in the esports scene, in the gaming scene, in the very near future.
So NFT will not go away. Parang hindi siya bad. Talagang it will be part of the platforms. Okay.
It's not only going to be part of the platform, it's going to be part of our lifestyle.
Okay.
Parang Jing, mukhang kailangan nating makisawsaw dito kasi
yes, pwede ba iiwan tayo?
Oo.
Hindi pa tayo nagpapaiwan, attorney, di ba? Alam naman natin, survive hanggang dito, hanggang after 20 years, nandito pa rin tayo kasi nga nakikisabay tayo.
Oo. Mukhang marami ring pera dyan. Pagkakakitaan. Anyway, Francis, thank you very much for guesting here in TechSabado. Do you have anything more to say about your partnerships, your initiatives, NextPlay?
Yeah, actually, I just want to say that the NextPlay really cares for the players. We really value the user experience of the players, the game experience of the players. That's why NextPlay is here. We want to develop new players, develop new team, give amateur players an opportunity to rise as a professional. I just want to give you a story. We have Rene J, one of the superstars NextPlay Eagles. He used to work in a palengke, titinda ng baboy, and he earns 150 a day. And you know what happened? Because of this game, it changed his life and his lifestyle of his family and his perspective in life. Tapos maging discipline siya, and he was able to help his family. And we want to do that we want to give that inspiration to millions of Filipinos who are into games, and we want to facilitate that opportunity for the for the players to develop from amateur into professionals, and we want to be that conduit.
Ayan. Okay. May Francis, ewan ko kung meron kang makakomment. May pahabol si Consensya. Sabi niya, Ubisoft killed the game when they released their first NFT, making the NFT unattractive and useless. Can you comment on that?
I am not familiar with what happened with Ubisoft.
Ubisoft. Okay. Anyway, thank you very much for your for your inputs and for your very nice thoughts on the field of gaming, especially
Sports.
with what your company is doing right now, Francis, no, of Next Play. Okay.
Sir,
So,
pahabol lang.
Sige,
yes,
sige,
sige, sir.
Francis.
Actually, natutuwa ako. Nakita ko in person si Atty. Melvin. Pogi pala siya.
Mas pogi ka, sir. Mas pogi ka.
Sana mamamit ko rin in person si Sir Jing Garcia.
Sige.
Siguro para at least
kita tayo
we can,
soon.
yep. We can invite you to some of our events because
Sure,
we're concocting a lot of events right now, offline events in partnership with Robinson's Gallery and Robinson's World.
Nice.
So I hope I can see you there, Sir Jing, Sir
Yes,
Melvin.
of course.
We'll send you invites.
Of course, sige, sige.
Sige.
I'll try my best.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Francis Mama Sabulod. Hanggang ngayon, hirapan pa rin ako ngayon i-pronounce.
Francis Mama Sabulod.
Pero thank you very much from Next Play. Thank you, Francis. We'll see you
Next
again,
Play
hopefully
boss.
soon.
Thank you. Thank you, Francis. Till next time.
Thank you.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Another hour of no? Higher learning when it comes to esports tayo dito sa Texas.
Gaming.
And I hope yung
Ayun.
mga nakikinig din sa atin, marami din natutunan, no? At marami rin nalaman. Marami rin ako nalaman na bago tonight.
Oo nga. Maganda yung mga mga points ni Francis,
Yeah.
Nakakatuwa.
Oo.
Sabi ni Michael Lance, natuwa rin ako, nakita ko si Atty. Hindi ko nga na siya namukhaan eh. Kaya nakapatingin ako sa kanya. Nung pauwi na ako, sino kayo bumati sa akin? Ayun pala si Michael Lance. Sorry Michael Lance hindi ko na namukhaan eh. Kasi naka-ano siya eh. Naka-bonnet.
Oh, okay.
Ayun. Jing, batiin ko lang yung kapatid ko. Meron siyang
Yes.
kainan dyan sa may Alupay, Barangay Alupay, Rosario, Batangas. Pangalan niya is Apaws, Lomi, and Pares. Diyan. So,
Apaw.
yan po
Apaw ng Lomi at saka Pares.
Oo, maapaw sa Apaws, Lomi, and Paresan. Kung gusto niyo po matikman, nandyan lang po sa may Balibago daw. Yan, sa may kanto ng Balibago.
Sikat talaga Lomi dito sa area na to namin. Ang daming Lomi houses dito. Tikman natin yan.
Sa kapatid ko po yan. Yan. So, bisitahin niyo po sa Alupay, Rosario, Batangas. Okay. Maraming salamat po sa lahat na sama sa ating talakayan this episode.
Very nice episode. Ang sarap pakinggan.
Sorry po, kanina medyo I was having problems. So I have to go down dito sa baba ng bahay namin.
Lagi kasi ng bahay nyo, Tony, kaya hindi maabot yung wifi.
Hindi kasi siya
ko naka-mesh ka, naka-Google Mesh ka.
Wala, nasira yung mesh ko eh. Nasira. Yung isa. Kaya I have to go down. Sorry about that. Okay. Sabi ni Lex Orata, pati raw dapat batil patong. Wala pang silang batil patong eh. Pero siguro hopefully soon magluto rin sila batil patong. Yung batil patong yung pancit sa Tugega raw sa amin.
Good evening.
Okay, maraming salamat.
Good evening na kay Joe and Tikisa, humabol sa usapan natin. Sana na.
Pero lahat ba nabati natin?
Pero mapapanood nyo ulit ito sa YouTube tsaka sa Facebook pag may gusto kanyang balikan ng mga usapan.
Si Jerry Conto pala yan, nakisali rin sa atin usapan. And mabuti na lang magaling mag-explain ang guest ninyo, sabi ni Mel. Oo naman, at least maintindihan namin. Ayun. Okay, maraming salamat. Thank you. See you all again next week. Jing?
Okay, G. Garcia po ng TechSabado.com. Huwag niyo pong kalimutan Sunday Business and IT sa Sunday Times ng The Manila Times. Bukas po ng linggo, manilatimes.net po ang ating website. Like at follow niyo po ang aming mga social media pages, facebook.com/TechSabado at saka facebook.com/newsbitesph. Sa Twitter din po kami at TechSabado at saka at newsbitesph. Sa mga nanonood sa amin sa TechSabado platforms namin sa Facebook at saka sa YouTube, subscribe, like, and share niyo lang po ang ating mga videos. And maraming salamat po sa PLDT Group Corporate Communications Team sa walang humpay na pagsuporta ng ating
online shows. Tuloy-tuloy po yan. TechSabado at saka Today is Tuesday. Today is Tuesday po. Every Tuesday naman kasama si Tito Tribs. Tito Tribs Tribdino. Kung saan pinag-uusapan po namin anything under the sun. Anything and everything po. So makisali din po kayo sa usapan natin dyan sa Today is Tuesday. Thank you MSI Philippines, Maki at RCF para sa ating mga audio equipment sa TechSabado sa Today is Tuesday. Mabibili po sa themusicsourceph.com. Locally distributed by Forerunner Technologies. Tandaan, hindi lahat ng nasa internet ay totoo. Pangalagaan niyo po ang inyong mga data at private personal information para po makaiwas sa identity theft na madalas ginagamit po sa cybercrime. Keep in mind, if you don't stand for something, you fall for anything. Respetuhin po natin karapatan ng pantao. Dito na po nagtatapos ang TechSabado hanggat next Saturday ulit, 8 to 9:30 po ng gabi. Kasama po si Atty. Melvin Calimag ng newsbites.ph. Hope to interact with you again on Facebook and YouTube next Saturday. Pagdating po ng Martes, today is Tuesday naman. As COVID survivors, lahat po kami dito, COVID survivors, please wear a mask, stay home hanggat maaari, and please stay safe. Take that vaccine, saka booster, available na po sa inyong lugar. Maraming salamat. Have a great weekend, everyone. Maraming salamat sa lahat ng nakisalo sa atin sa YouTube and Facebook.
Teka. Sabado.
Tech,
Teka.
tech, tech, tech,
Teka.
tech, Sabado.